That's one like you were talking about.
Is it?
Yep.
All right.
And you're right, they're back here. They're not on the edge like they're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, and pulling it up the hill. I don't generally have to pull it up the hill.
Well, it's
That's a nice
September.
fish.
I mean, this lake's going crazy, and they're not really biting all that good, but yeah, that's a pretty good fish there.
Strong one.
Yeah, that's one more like what we're looking for.
One of them slot fish. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is he gonna make it?
Well,
Come on. Oh yeah.
Grady White Boats' reputation for designing ruggedly elegant fishing boats is legendary. Our attention to quality, detail, and customer service is unmatched. From our Fisherman 180 and Coastal Explorers series to the unrivaled Canyon 456, you'll find no boat that rides better and offers more fishing amenities. Go ahead, experience fishing at its best. Get the Grady.
Hello and welcome to the Carolina Outdoor Journal. Well, today's program, September Surprise, but it's all about bass fishing.
Sure is, and the reason it's a September surprise is we actually found the fish in an area that they normally don't inhabit till later on, and so we took advantage of it. Mike Dennerman, who has guided on the lake for years, had found them and called me and said, hey, we got a good class of fish, and so we showed up to do it. And the other thing we had to deal with was wind. We had a real windy morning that morning, but we worked around it and caught some pretty fish.
What about gear time today?
We'll go back and the guys will share with us how they rigged up and Carolina rigging today, and it's real simple, but fishing, having a good depth finder, that helped to locate the fish. And again, Mike knows the area really well and put us on fish.
And speaking of fish today, Donna's got a recipe, simple fish and chips.
Simple and tasty, fish and chips, and only the way she knows how to do it.
Well, let's go fishing today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Well, Mike, I appreciate the call and the invitation up here to Sharon Harris, but I'd have never expected it in September.
Oh, I know. I don't generally find the fish deep in September. September's a good, it's a month that they have a big water turnover where the cold water goes down and the hot water comes up to the surface, and the fish generally are on the bank. But I found some offshore here and thought I'd give you a call and see if we can't get some in the boat. Now the weather's not cooperating.
Well, the wind was going to be flat. Now it's 10 to 15, it looks like almost, but we'll find them.
I'm seeing them on the depth finder, so all we got to do is get one to pull, and we're going to catch them.
Well, I appreciate the call. We'll try them. Hey, looks like a pretty good fish.
He didn't hit like last week, but I'm glad we got a bite.
He hit.
I mean, last week he pulled right out of your hand. This fish just kind of tapped it.
I don't know, we've got some weather going on. It's a pretty fish.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, they're pretty fish, solid, healthy.
Yeah. It's a nice one. I got him well hooked. You said that little hook set don't work.
That's right.
Got him?
No.
Looks like it might have been.
I think that was some
Wind
structure. A wind, structure.
Good
Old
deal.
stump pull.
Let's get some more. That's 2 casts and 2 bites, so.
Yep.
Missed the first one, got the second one. We'll see what happens here.
I might have had a bite. Look at her.
Yeah, I think you had a bite.
Yep. Now, that's one like you were talking about.
Is it?
Yep.
All right.
And you're right. They're back here. They're not on the edge like they're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, and pulling it up the hill. I don't generally have to pull it up the hill.
Well, it's
That's a nice
September.
fish.
I mean, this lake's going crazy, and they're not really biting all that good, but yeah, that's a pretty good fish there.
Strong one.
Yeah, that's one more like what we're looking for.
One of them slot fish. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is he gonna make it?
Well,
Come on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's not a keeper.
And that's not a keeper, I don't think. It's got to be 20
I
inches.
mean, where are you going to find a fish any healthier than that?
Purdy. Look at that belly.
That's what I'm talking about. That fish is solid.
What do you think they're doing this
And I don't
month?
know if that fish is even 16 inches long.
Are they sitting out here just feeding on shad? What are they doing? Look at
it.
That looks like a springtime salmon.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's full of eggs.
Uh-huh.
That is a beautiful fish.
Awesome.
Almost square. Almost round as he is long.
Good
And
job,
they can
man.
pull when they got girth like that.
Good job.
They can pull.
I like that one. They look like it's an awful subtle bite too.
They're just there.
Yeah.
You got my bait.
That's all right. You
I
got
got-
that fish.
You know, I guess after you catch one like those worms get like $12 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the man just tearing them up.
They are. They're backed up off of the drop out there. They're kind of up on the flat.
Where are they at?
Oh. No, don't throw over there. Yeah, there.
You got another good one.
Well,
Very
he's
good.
not nice as that last one, but he's still a
Hey.
good fish.
Pulling. I like it.
Yeah, pulling.
See, now that one might keep.
That's hard to say after that last one and then say,
Yeah.
well, this is a keeper.
Yeah.
Mike, what's the slot? I mean, what is it,
My
14 or
understanding,
16?
14 to 16 that you can keep. So I think that one would just fit right in the slot that we can keep.
Right.
And then it's 20 and over.
So from 16 to 20, you can't keep.
That's right.
And that fish I just caught was probably
17
over
inch,
16,
Yeah,
and but yeah,
yeah,
and,
probably 19-inch fish.
yeah.
One of those fish that you just can't keep, but you just enjoy catching.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the lake. It's been a slot limit to keep the large fish in the lake and let people really enjoy catching them.
Well,
What do you think about this weather?
the wind, I mean, flat calm to this in 2 minutes.
I was expecting it to be nice and calm today.
Well, that was the forecast, but I don't know where this wind came from. I know there's a low pressure system coming up the coast, but we're 100+ miles inland.
Yeah, I don't know. I prefer it to be calm and still in September. I don't like all the wind. It just stirs stuff up a little bit too much. The water's turned over, and it's stirred up enough by itself. But we'll do our best, man.
Yeah.
At least we're getting some
Well,
offshore
yeah,
bites.
We're getting some offshore bites, and we're gonna get some more.
Yep.
Typically, if there's one or two there's a school of them.
Look at that
Hold on,
color
Mike, right
on
there.
the truck.
Ooh. Yep.
No way. That's ain't right.
Well, you got a good start.
Oh, man, I got one in the boat so far.
Well, I mean, I'm always gonna beat you. I mean, I usually don't beat you this bad, but I'm always gonna beat you.
Well, I'm gonna throw a little bit over there where you're throwing. This just ain't right.
Well, you're a good guide, man. You're a good guide. You'll be like the little boy that was throwing up his ball, and he couldn't hit it. He threw up, swing and miss, swing and miss, swing and miss, and somebody said, "Son, can't you hit no better than that?" He said, "I'm pitching."
Good one.
He's short, but he's stocky and healthy.
I like that.
Well, you got a lot of nerve to change.
Yeah.
We've caught 3 or 4 on this green pumpkin color.
I've had good luck on this color at one time, so I'm going to try it because
What
I
is-
am not catching anything right now. You're catching them all on the green pumpkin. It's called methylate. Isn't that nice? Huh?
Even the blind fish should see that one.
But now I'm just changing just to see if a color change would make a difference. I've had times on this lake that one color change will get you 5 bites to 1.
Well, I tell you what, I can see that one.
Yeah, that's a nice looking color,
And
isn't
it shows up well.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot. They might bite it, they might not. Might have to just try a watermelon seed or June bug, but this is a methylate color, which has been a good color at times.
Cast.
First cast with a methylate fish.
Oh man, those will be $15 per worm.
That's a head shaker. Ooh,
Yeah,
it's pulling a little
old pole bender.
Pulling a little
Yeah.
drag too. I hope he stays hooked because I've been losing too
I
much.
wish I had the net so I could knock that one off for you. Don't let him get away from you.
Oh, he's not as big as yours.
No, never. You need some help?
No, I think he'll be fine. He's just fat.
He is fat.
Look how fat that
Look
fish
at
is.
him. Man, they're fat. I believe he's ripe.
Think they can see that worm?
I think they can see that worm fairly well.
First
That's amazing.
cast, man.
The
Change the color.
First cast.
First cast, and look at that. It pulls right out of your hand. Another fat fish. Look how fat this is.
I can't get over how fat they are.
That's what happens. September is,
Feed up.
yeah, you're starting to feed up. October, they really get fat.
Yeah. And they can't get much fatter than that.
Nice. I like it.
They'll explode.
I wonder if I can get another bite, like second cast.
I bet you can.
I'll try.
Thylaid.
Thylaid fish. Ain't
Look,
just
it's
a
almost
thylaid.
Halloween. You got to catch them on the pumpkin
Yeah.
worm.
I might have to jerk.
Yeah,
I've done this too. Man, you got another stout one?
He's okay. Oh, well, he just figured out he was hooked, but he's not huge, but he's a nice fish. And they're solid fish.
Another stout one.
Yeah,
I think it's my fish too. Look.
he's got you. You trying to claim my fish?
Yeah. We got a good one here.
Yeah, we're getting a mess. I just can't get over how fat they are, Mike. I know we've talked about it on every fish, but they just,
Oh, they're healthy.
yeah.
And you can tell I was trying real hard to fish where you're fishing.
Well, the fish actually did that.
I got a fish on
You got a
mine, too.
fish, yeah. Let me get us. All right, give me that here.
You got him? Oh, he's jumping.
Yeah. All right, get it. That's a good fish.
Oh, he is.
It's almost as big as the one I caught a while ago. Almost.
Oh,
He's longer, but he's not as fat.
I think yours was much fatter.
I-
Another nice non-keeper.
Non-keeper. Yeah. Well,
It's a fun lake to fish, though.
we wouldn't keep them anyway, but yeah.
Thank you for catching that one for
Yeah.
me.
Well, I pulled your bait over to where the fish were actually at.
Yeah, that
I get at
worked
least
out
half a
good.
count on that one.
Nice fish, boy. They are so pretty in this lake. Ready to go.
Well, Mike, we've caught fish here today, and we've caught fish here years ago when you and I fished this, but why are they always here?
This is a nice creek channel turn that's got a ledge on it. I mean, it's a rock ledge. It goes straight down. It goes from 11 foot to 17 to 20 foot real quick.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you said, years. They'll hold fish for 25 years now.
And they start out here, what, May, June? And they're here
Yeah.
pretty much till the frost or whatever.
Well, no, they're here till the next spring. They'll be out here even in the wintertime. They'll be out off this.
If you're going to invite me to fish with you, you need a bigger boat.
Man, hits me with the rod.
I almost hit you. No, I didn't hit you.
Let me see if
well,
I
I didn't hit you hard.
Let's see if I can catch one around your line.
I'm going to
right
get you
there.
tangled up again. Yeah, he's going to swim right in there again, pull you over where my fish are.
I like the way these pipe. Yeah, these guys. Oh, another
Yeah.
nice.
Jump, little Sheba.
Man, he done wrapped himself up with the line.
Yeah, he won't get off that way, maybe.
Gosh, no.
Oh, chunk.
Boy, I wish we was fishing up at Kerr. Now they would be good tournaments.
Yeah, chunkier than peanut butter. Chunky peanut butter.
So far, I think we've got 2 real little keepers.
Yeah, real little keepers.
Everything else we've caught, we have to throw back. But
Yeah.
you know, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're going to throw them back anyway.
Another one out in the middle of the lake.
My chub bigger than your old chub.
He's been doing a great job of catching big ones.
Hey,
Look at this.
Great big. He's a pretty fish. He's a pretty fish.
Awesome.
I tell you what, it's better up here with the wind not blowing. I didn't have but about 10 feet of bow in my line on this one. I actually felt him bite.
Yeah, at least we can fish a little bit better here.
Yeah.
Man, that's a nice, good fish, man. Look at that. You catch about 2 more, you'll catch up to me.
Think so. Well, I'm gonna catch 2 more. Yeah, boy, I just can't get over how fat these fish are. I don't remember them being that fat 10 years ago when I used to come up here with you.
Yeah, these fish are, I guess they're just starting to feed up because we've had some real cool evenings. And water temperatures have dropped. And I think they're going into their fall feed.
Joe, there was some wind that day.
It really was. We had some issues for a little while, and we just kind of worked around it. But the key to that fishing is finding the fish, and knowing really where to look for them. And again, Mike found them, and so if you can locate the fish, and if they're biting, they got to be biting. But ended up being a good morning.
All right, let's go to Gear Time and find out more.
Mike, I'm sure glad I answered that phone call.
I'm glad I made the call. I've been catching them deep, and September is a tough month to fish, and I was very surprised to find them out here in Sharon Harris Lake.
Well, I tell you, there was not a lot of boat traffic out here today, and I guess that's because the fish are not really eating it up.
Well, it's also that wind. Oh, man. I think people got to the lake or were thinking about going, and the wind just turned them around.
Yeah.
We had some nasty wind today, but we were able to get some bites. We were throwing a Carolina rig. It's a long leader I like to throw, about six foot. I like to throw a 1/0 hook. I like to throw a trick worm. And this color is today's first time I ever threw this color. I'm glad I pulled it out, or I wasn't going to catch anything.
It's a worm that I fish a lot of floating worm style, but I've never thought about a Carolina rig.
And with the wind that we had today, 1 ounce weight, keep it down on the bottom. And the fish were just barely touching it, but we were well.
They were holding on to it.
We were able to get a hook into them, especially where you set the hook.
Yeah. Well, I like a long rod for that hook set. I mean, I fish a 7-foot rod, medium heavy action. It's got enough tip that I can make a long cast with it. Got enough bone to get the fish off the bottom if it's in structure, and a good reel. I mean, a really good reel with a smooth drag that'll slip when it needs to keep from breaking you off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this equipment's come a long ways. We really got good equipment now.
Yeah, the depth finder, if we didn't pay attention to the depth finder that one time we were leaving,
You're exactly right.
we wouldn't have caught a couple more fish, because, I mean, the fish just moved a little bit deeper on the same point we were fishing.
And we're looking for 3, 4, 5 fish, not a school of fish this time of year.
Yeah, you're just looking for a small little group.
Yeah.
And hope that a couple of those fish will bite for you.
Yeah.
And we had to move to another spot because they stopped, but we did find some more fish on another spot. So moving around the lake makes a big difference.
Good to get up here and get out of this wind a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm back in the area.
Yeah.
I've been gone for a long time, about what, 10 years?
Probably a good 10 years.
Yeah. And it's fun, man.
Yep.
It was fun.
I'm looking for another call.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas, for that valuable information. Now let's catch up with Donna. She's got a recipe, very simple, fish and chips.
Today we're going to be making fish and chips in the kitchen, and this is a really quick and easy recipe. I'm going to give you some tips on how you can make it even quicker if you're looking for something really fast for you and your family to just enjoy the catch of the day. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use some flounder that I have, and I've just cut my flounder into strips. So I took my fillet, and then I'm just going to cut it into strips so it's easier to pick up with your fingers, and they're almost bite size. If you're like me, they're 2 bites, maybe the kids 3 bites. We're going to use our bag and some in-your-oven butter. So we're not going to fry these, so that's nice. We're not going to have to heat up our kitchen in that respect. So we're just going to place that into our bag that comes with the in-your butter. We're going to, in your oven, we're going to place this in. and we're going to give it a shake and coat it really well. You can add flavorings to this. If you want to make it a lemon pepper, you can always put your lemon pepper breader in here as well. If you want to make it spicy, you can do that as well. You can do different varieties or different variations. So once we have it all coated, comes out in these nice great pieces and it's a nice color. We're just going to place these on our foil-lined baking sheet so that we don't have any mess to clean up and it doesn't stick either. This is some non-stick foil. We're just going to lay this out here. We're going to bake this at 400 degrees for about 10, 15 minutes, depending on the sizes of your fish. And you can use other types of fish that you might have. You know, I like the taste of fried flounder. So for me, it's a great combination. So we're just going to bake this, like I said, at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, just until your fish is cooked throughout. Pull that out. And while your fish is baking, you can also bake up some potato wedges. Instead of using potato chips or really thin sliced potatoes that you fried, you can buy these potato wedges in your deli section, which I think is fabulous. They're really good, they're seasoned, they're great. Or you can make your own by taking your red potatoes and slicing them into wedges. You can also throw them in with some breader if you'd like and bake them along with your fish. But I would cook those first because they're going to take longer than your fish. And instead of using a regular like cocktail sauce or some malt vinegar, which a lot of people like, we're serving ours with some lemon wedges. And then I made a dip that is made of mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. There's some capers in here and a little bit of red pepper. So that adds a little bit of spice to it, but not too much. So it's a great way. Just serve it with some parchment paper in a basket, or I have a, like a little liner here that I just put it on. It's kind of a fun way to serve your dinner in an unusual way. So I hope you enjoy the fish and chips, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on Simple Cooking.
Thanks, Donna, for that recipe. Joe, let's go back. If you know the lake, that is so important.
Well, and Mike's got history there. He's fished it a lot. He knows where the fish are, where they should be at certain times of the year. Again, he called me and said, hey, these fish are not where they generally are in September. Let's go give them a try. And so we did. The only thing we had to deal with, which you often do on lakes of that size or anywhere you fish, is the wind. And we did have some wind issues, but worked around that. And the fish were biting, and we caught some pretty fish.
Caught some really nice fish. For Joe Albee, I'm John Moore. Thank you for joining us today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Make sure to visit our website for more information.
Grady White boats are known for uncompromising quality through exceptional attention to detail. On every model, from 18 to 45 feet, we incorporate exclusive features and quality components that you won't find on any other boat brands. Our exclusive CV2 hull design is ranked highest in every third-party survey done in the marine industry. So every day on the water will be a great day, no matter the conditions. Ask any Grady White owner and they'll tell you, get the Grady.